We started working with Cancer Research Malaysia since 2015. There was Bold and Beautiful 2.0. The reason why we work with Cancer Research Malaysia was because we think that prevention is important and cure are equally important.
So one of the major areas that Bold and Beautiful funding has helped us to do is to set up a clinical trials unit. This is very important because for any drug to go on the shelves and to be able to treat patients, first it has to undergo several phases of clinical trials to make sure that it's very safe for patients. So therefore, the Bold and Beautiful money was able to help us, combine with the drugs that we got from a pharmaceutical company, test out a biomarker that we discovered from our research for Asian women. And by selecting patients with this particular biomarker, we were able to get a response twice as previously reported using this drug.
We need to understand a lot more about our own genetics, especially Asian genetics, to make sure that the treatment is the most suitable, the most accurate, and also to have new ways of treatment as well, which is what Cancer Research Malaysia has always been set up to do.
We currently have one of the largest Asian breast cancer database in the world. Previously, if you want to look for data on Asian breast cancer, maybe these Asian breast cancer women only make up about 2% of the data out there in the world. Now with the Malaysian contribution and what we do at Cancer Research Malaysia, we now represent 20% of the data that's out there.
Cancer Research Malaysia has been around for over 20 years. They were managed by a group of Malaysian scientists. Many of them are well qualified to do this work. From the progress made by them, they have the capability to deliver results. Their capability were also recognized by international organizations.
One of our key roles is to attract local talent back to Malaysia to work with us. Every year, Cancer Research Malaysia is receiving over 400 applications. Unfortunately, due to limitations in our current workspace and also funding, we can only accept only 5% of the total billion minds. So imagine what can we do if we have more fundings.
I'm happy to say we are able to attract our talent, those who are working in the US or the UK or even Singapore, to come back because they see that they can contribute in an impactful way that will take laboratory findings, what we find in research, to clinic and hopefully to be able to get into clinical trials and be marketed for the treatment of cancer patients here in Asia and in Malaysia.
If we are studying cancer biology, we know how cancer cells behave all this time. And for me, I'm an immunologist, so I know how the immune system works. So the question for me is that how do we manipulate the immune system so that it can help us attack cancer? So if it works out, great, we have a new therapy, we have a new drug.
When we do our research in identifying what is special and what is unique about Asian cancers, we use technology in order to identify what is in the cancer that's not in the normal. And now we can derive vaccines that will activate the immune cells to recognize the cancer cells, find them and attack them and kill them to eliminate cancer.
I think it's very exciting to hear the positive development or progress made by Cancer Research Malaysia. The ability to develop vaccines, in the same time develop treatments that can help to overcome the cancer challenge. This is definitely something very exciting because we believe that this vaccine and treatment will definitely help a lot of Asian patients to overcome the challenge and also the fear of cancer.
In all honesty, any new drug or therapy that comes out have got like at least 20 to 30 years of history. And that's a lot of money going into training the scientists, testing different hypotheses. This process itself is sort of like you get into a hypothesis, you test it, and it's not right because this is something that no one has done before. So it is this whole process of scientific discovery that takes up a lot of time, a lot of efforts, and a lot of fun.
Cancer research needs a lot of fundings. What we have done so far is only partly sponsor their activities. So we hope that with the future events, we can help to raise more funds to support cancer research, and in the same time to closely work with Cancer Research Malaysia to provide more education and trainings regarding cancer awareness. This cancer awareness can save life. So it's important for us to continue to provide these educations.
Cancer in particular is based on long research, right? So what we see is actually the end of the research part translated already, but a lot of the data needs to be generated beforehand. So we need the public also to understand and to realize that it is the research that will give rise to their potential treatment.
I think I would really like to thank the funders and also the contributors of Bald and Beautiful, and also all our funders in general, because actually they are the heroes that are behind the scene. Without their funding and support, we wouldn't even be here today because of these unsung heroes that are in the background, especially the Bald and Beautiful funders and those who shave their head. Really our heartfelt thanks to them.
Cancer affects each and every one of us, and each and every one of us can do something to support cancer research and to fight against cancer. So please join us in Bold and Beautiful 5.0.